Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told out of Voice of Radio, and today we've got some cool little bits of news to talk about, including a box which a lot of you probably skipped. And I don't think I can blame you for skipping it. But now it might be time to go back and kind of unskip it. Because things just got interesting. So the lovely Pokegirl Lauren over on Twitter, who is becoming a very good follow on Twitter, I'll have you know, did tweet out this over the past couple of days, informing us that the Galarian Rapidash V box is not the same as it used to be. When it first released, it had two battle styles, a Darkness Ablaze and a Rebel Clash, about the worst selection of packs you could go for in the early Sword and Shield era. And it's now got two Vivid Voltage, one Evolving Skies, and one Cosmic Eclipse. And frankly, ladies and gentlemen, this is a really big deal. Now, if we look at what happened before, the two were Battle Styles, and Battle Styles is a bad set. Now, when I say bad set, I'm not saying I don't want to open Battle Styles, and I'm not saying I wouldn't happily buy Battle Styles. Both of those I absolutely would. What I'm saying is, when you look at it in terms of hits, compared to other sets, it's not as good. And when you look at it in terms of most valuable cards, it's not up there. It's very much a fine set, but it's one you can pick up on a budget quite cheaply. It's not one you're desperate to open in these kind of boxes. Darkness Ablaze doesn't really have any good cards like that in. There were some very playable cards, but Darkness Ablaze is good for stuff like Crobat, which has been reprinted like 50 billion times since. And again, when you're opening Darkness Ablaze, there's no real big chase card you're going for. It's just, it's fine, but it's not particularly good. And then one Rebel Clash, and I think it's fair to say, and please stop me if you disagree with us in the comment section, but Rebel Clash is probably the least popular of the Sword and Shield sets. Of all 12 Sword and Shield sets we've had, I think it may well be the least popular of them. Again, there's nothing Full Art Boss's Orders, I think we could probably say is maybe the best. And that's kind of what we're talking about here. So my point is, they are, in terms of pack selection, about as bad as you're going to get. And then the new one, it's not amazing. It's not perfect, but it's so much better. I mean, honestly, as far as I'm concerned, the fact that it's got a pack of Cosmic Eclipse in, that's a pretty big deal. Now, Cosmic Eclipse was the last of the Sun and Moon sets. It was Sun and Moon 12. And it had a whole bunch of cool stuff in, including, and I do think this is pretty gosh darn relevant, including all of the first kind of the prototype character rares. Things like Red and Pikachu, or for me, Clay and Excadrill. That's pretty gosh darned awesome. Plus it had things like the alternate art ADP. It actually had a bunch of alternate arts, really cool alternate arts, and it had a full art Lily. It's a really good set. Cosmic Eclipse is going to go down as one of the best sets in the modern era. It's definitely among the best Sword and Shield sets, certainly from a collector standpoint, and it's not going to last much longer. And I know this is not the first time we've seen Cosmic Eclipse pop up in product recently. I'm fully aware of that. Cosmic Eclipse has popped up in a bunch of products recently. It's not going to keep doing so. We are going to start running out of this pretty gosh darn quickly. So honestly, it's not going to be long until a pack of Cosmic Eclipse is like 20 quid. Because it really is like one of the coolest sets around. You know, you're already paying $12 to $15 on US eBay for a pack of Cosmic Eclipse already, even though it's still being found in a few products here and there. So this is soon going to be as much as this box. This is awesome. Now, as for the two Vivid Voltage, that's fine. Vivid Voltage, it's not a great set. It's a bit above probably Darkness Ablaze and Rebel Clash, but not very much. Essentially, with Vivid Voltage, you are looking for Rainbow Pika. But it's always going to be the set that's got Rainbow Pika, and therefore it's always going to be a more sought after set in the future because you've got the chance of getting Rainbow Pika. Okay, fine, it might be a very low chance, but the fact that it's got Rainbow Pika in is pretty gosh darn relevant. And then you've got a pack of Evolving Skies. And of the Sword and Shield sets, all of them, all 12, and we have now seen all 12, we've had the pre-releases for Silver Tempest, that's the last one. Evolving Skies is the best. And I think at this stage there's not a huge counter-argument. In terms of playability, certainly there are some. But in terms from a collector standpoint, the ones you'd probably most want to open in a box like this, Evolving Skies is number one. Evolving Skies is literally the best set in the Sword and Shield era. And it's obviously got all of those just stunning alternate art evolutions, including the Leafeon that I adore, the Umbreon, which is the big card in the Sword and Shield era as a whole, and then we've got stuff like the Rayquaza as well, which is still pretty big. So, sure, the two Vivid Voltage are fine, but I think in the future Vivid Voltage is going to be a lot better. But the fact that you get an Evolving Skies and a Cosmic Eclipse, I don't really care if you want the Galarian Rapidash box or not. If you want to keep something cool in your sealed collection, this is a great choice. Because in the future, I'm talking a few years down the line, not even that many years down the line, having a product that's got a pack of Cosmic Eclipse and a pack of Evolving Skies in, the idea of picking this up for like 20 quid is absolutely ridiculous. Although, I do need to warn you, this is pretty important. Be aware that if you are buying online, there is no guarantee you are getting the new version with the good packs rather than the old version with the bad packs. So, if you're buying online, be careful. Maybe try and ask the store in advance. Maybe ask for a picture of the exact product you're receiving. Please bear in mind, and he's been spotted in the UK. Yeah, I'm not sure if they've been spotted in other places. Again, please be aware of that. But please bear in mind there is no guarantee that the exact product you're receiving is going to be the new box. If you get the old box, as I've already explained to you, it is not on the same level. Now, one thing that is very, very cool, and this is going to be spotted in a bunch of places, but we have now seen on eBay that the stamped Silver Tempest promo is Dragonite. Now, don't pay the ridiculous $50 that this person is charging for the Dragonite. Obviously, that's ridiculous. We're going to start seeing this pop up all over the place. We see these stamped promos coming around for every set, and it's just the regular Dragonite artwork, but this time it's stamped. We're going to start seeing this pop up all over the place. Wherever you generally tend to find these stamped promos is where you're going to find it. Don't go and pay $50 on eBay. That is absolutely ridiculous. It is going to pop up in, I don't know, wherever you generally tend to get it, all right? Wherever you generally tend to get it, that is where you're going to find it. So in the same way the Brilliant Stars had stamped Mewtwo, which popped up in Smiths in the UK and places like that, you're going to have that coming around again. It's cool. Is it the best promo ever? I mean, in a Regidrago deck, it's pretty cool, honestly, ladies and gentlemen. It's pretty gosh darn cool. Regidrago, of course, can copy the attack of any Dragon Pokemon in your discard pile for just 2 grass and a fire energy. So here, you copy this in your discard pile, it does 180 and you accelerate 3 energy. That's pretty cool, ladies and gentlemen. So in that deck, yeah, it's pretty good. It's not a bad card. It's quite cool. Do not, whatever you do not pay $50 for this card. We're going to start seeing it pop up in a bunch of shops in the not too distant future, and that's going to be lovely. And finally, and I'm leaving this on the end because I know it's not something that everybody is going to care about, but I showed you that mainland China is getting the Pokemon TCG. Well, they've just got a set of accessories, which is awesome. So I figured I'd show you on the end of this video because they're really cool and I think you'd want to see them. I'm not entirely sure how you go about importing these from mainland China, so good luck to anyone that wants to try. But we've got playmats featuring Charizard, Rayquaza, and Sylveon. And shout out to whoever's making this decision, because if you're going for just popular Pokemon, Charizard, Rayquaza, and Sylveon, that is a heck of a trio to actually go for. It's absolutely beautiful. And these playmats are absolutely stunning. They're the kind of playmats where they're going to be on eBay at some point. You're probably going to have to pay over the odds for them. But when you compare this to the majority of playmats we get over here, basically any of them that are not booster pack artwork, because the booster pack artwork ones are always awesome, then yeah, these stand up very well. These are beautiful, and I love them. They're going to be very, very popular. We also have 3 sets of sleeves, which you can see match very, very nicely here. And again, are absolutely beautiful. So if you find yourself anywhere near mainland China, might be worth tracking these down. Might not be worth it. Might be worth having a look on eBay. But I saw these and they're extremely cool. And I had to show you, ladies and gentlemen, because they are extremely cool. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you need to know. And honestly, I would recommend highly trying to go and search out some of these Galarian Rapidash boxes, because they are absolutely going to be the ones that people are after in the future. But now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to know what you think. I want to know how excited you are by all of this. I want to know if you want that Dragonite promo. I want to know anything you want to tell me. So let me know in the comment section, would you? Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk Pokemon and card games and Pokemon card games and all kinds of fun things. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel. You can get some weekly bonus podcasts where I answer all of your questions. You can join a Discord and chat with us. And of course, you can get shout-outs on the channel, on these videos. I like to do that. It's only fair. Like the lovely Joseph Forget, who's been a supporter of ours for a couple of months and is a very lovely person. So thank you for all the support, and thank you for being a very lovely person. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.